Week 18 of the fantasy basketball season, and here's a few forwards I look to buy and trade for this week. The first forward, Aaron Gordon of the Denver Nuggets. Aaron Gordon, he's been on the radar a lot as a buy type of forward all season here, where obviously last year, a little better of a season with the Nuggets than he had this year. On the year, 13.8 points a game, 6.5 boards, 3.1 assists, and 55% from the field. So last season, he was at 16.3, but the rest of the stats pretty much similar for Aaron Gordon. So he's been a good glue guy, obviously a big part of the championship team last year. And this Nugget team, they're looking to repeat this season, and right now they're starting to get things really going over the last few games here. February 22nd versus Washington, 17 points, 2 boards, 4 assists, a steal, 58% from the field. February 23rd at the Blazers, 8 points, 2 boards, 7 assists, 2 steals, a block, 80% from the field. And February 25th at the Warriors, 17 points, 6 boards, 2 assists, 3 steals, a block, 70% from the field. So right now, Aaron Gordon, he's giving fantasy owners 3 or 4 categories. Like I said, he's been a good glue guy. A lot of easy buckets with defense attention to Nikola Jokic and obviously Jamal Murray, the 2 top guys on that roster. But Aaron Gordon is someone with alley-oops and backdoor layups in the mid-range jumper. He's definitely getting good looks. And I know the scoring hasn't been all that great, but there's games where he's going to pop off for big numbers. And then there's going to be games like we saw on the 23rd where he only has 8 points, 2 rebounds, but he still assisted the basketball with 7, where he could bring many categories. So Aaron Gordon, the last few seasons, going from just a high flyer pretty much with the Magic to being a good ball player all around with this Nugget team. And I believe he can help fantasy owners, and you don't got to break the bank to get him on your roster. The next forward's OG Anunoby of the New York Knicks. OG, he's been out a while now with this New York Knicks team, dealing with the elbow injury. He got surgery, and he's still 2-3 weeks away from returning to the lineup, but he's a guy that could bring many categories as well, is OG. So on the season, 15.3 points a game, 4.2 rebounds, 2.3 assists, 1.3 steals, 2.1 threes, and 49% from the field. So field goal percentage, he's solid. 3-point shooting, he's solid. Steals, and a guy who's just going to be efficient all the way around is OG. And this Knicks team's definitely taken a step back since he's been out of the lineup, where they won 8 in a row since he got traded there. And now since he's been out, pretty much have been a 500 team is this Knicks team. So they need Anunoby back in the lineup. And like I said, he's a guy that can do a little bit of everything for fantasy owners. So right now, with him still 2-3 weeks away right before the fantasy playoffs, and if a team is on the brink of trying to get in and they want a player that could play now, this is a perfect time to make that deal with the OG owner. Because like I said, 3-point shooting, field goal percentage, scoring, and steals is what he's going to bring fantasy owners. And he's a perfect guy that fits this New York Knicks lineup and can help fantasy owners in a big way. So right now will be the time to go out there and get him on your roster before it's too late, obviously, with the deadline approaching in fantasy leagues. And the third and final forward I look to buy and trade for is Tobias Harris of the Philadelphia 76ers. So Joel Embiid still at least 4 to 6 weeks away from returning from the knee injury. And Tobias, it's been an up and down year for him with his Philly team. I thought he might have got traded at the deadline, but obviously that didn't happen. And his numbers have dropped off since the deadline. On the year, though, 17.2 points a game, 6 rebounds, 3.2 assists, a steal, 1.2 threes, and 49% from the field. But the last couple weeks, 10.8 points a game, 5.8 rebounds, 1.8 assists, 1.5 steals, a 3, 32% from the field. So the numbers have taken a big hit over the last few weeks, no doubt about it, for Tobias Harris. Tobias, he's been in this league many seasons, especially coming in at a young age at 20 years old. So he knows what he's got to do, and he'll get back on track. Is Harris. He's just in a shooting slump right now. Like I said, he's going to get a lot of opportunity to shoot the basketball and make plays. With Embiid still out at least another month, most likely. February 23rd versus the Cavs, 15 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, a 3, 42% from the field. February 25th versus the Bucks, 8 points, 8 boards, a steal, 3 blocks, 27% from the field. And February 27th at Boston, 13 points, 2 rebounds, 2 threes, 26% from the field. So like I said, the last few games here, he's been in a big drought shooting the basketball efficiently. And the scoring's gone down, but he still could bring rebounds. He still can hit the 3 ball. And right now, while he's in a down period, it's a perfect time for owners to go out there and get him. So that's a few forwards I look to buy and trade for before the trade deadline approaches in fantasy basketball for Week 18 of the fantasy basketball season.